What would you do if the world turned its back on you, leaving you to face death alone? In the heart of Chicago, a city pulsing with life and division, one man's ordeal would force an entire community to confront its deepest flaws. This is the story of Marcus Reed, a black mechanic whose life unraveled in a single, brutal moment, only to spark a reckoning no one saw coming. Marcus was no stranger to hardship. At 34, he'd built a modest life in Englewood, fixing cars by day and mentoring kids at a local community center by night. His warm smile and steady hands made him a pillar in a neighborhood scarred by distrust. But on a sweltering July evening, a routine traffic stop changed everything. Officer Daniel Hargrove, a white cop with a history of complaints, pulled Marcus over for a broken taillight. Words escalated. Tensions flared. Marcus, calm but firm, questioned the stop. Hargrove, eyes cold, saw defiance where there was none. Handcuffed and shoved into the cruiser, Marcus felt the weight of a system that too often judged him before knowing him. But what came next defied even his worst fears. Instead of a precinct, Hargrove drove hours west, deep into the Illinois desert, a place where the city's pulse faded to silence. The officer stopped, yanked Marcus out, and cut his cuffs. "Walk," Hargrove spat, pointing to the endless sand. "You don't belong here." The cruiser roared off, leaving Marcus with nothing but the clothes on his back and a sinking realization. This was no arrest. This was abandonment. The desert was merciless. Heat seared his skin by day, night stabbed with cold. Hunger gnawed, and thirst clawed at his throat. Yet Marcus pressed on, driven by a fire within a refusal to let hatred win. He thought of his mother, who'd raised him alone, and the kids at the center who looked up to him. Each step was defiance, each breath a promise to survive. On the third day, near collapse, he stumbled upon a gas station. A Mexican trucker, Javier, saw the desperation in Marcus's eyes and offered water, food, and a ride back to Chicago. Javier's kindness, born of his own struggles with prejudice, forged an instant bond. Word of Marcus's return spread like wildfire. Englewood erupted in outrage. Protests swelled outside the police station, demanding Hargrove's badge. But Marcus, battered yet unbroken, called for something deeper than vengeance. At a community meeting, his voice steady, he spoke of Javier's compassion and the desert's lessons. "Hate left me to die," he said, "but love brought me back. We can't fix this city by tearing it apart. We start by seeing each other." His words struck a chord. Black, white, Latino people listened. Hargrove was fired, then indicted, but the real change was quieter. Neighbors began talking across divides. Community groups formed, bridging gaps long ignored. Marcus and Javier started a mentorship program, pairing at-risk youth with trade skills and hope. Chicago, a city fractured by race, found a flicker of unity in one man's survival. The desert had tested Marcus, but it also revealed a truth. Prejudice thrives in isolation, but humanity grows in connection. His story wasn't just about surviving a cop's cruelty, it was about what happens when one person's pain becomes a city's awakening. By the time Marcus stood before a crowd at City Hall, accepting an award for his courage, Chicago saw him not as a victim, but as a mirror. His journey forced a question: would they choose division or dare to build something better? Marcus Reed walked out of that desert, but his story walked into hearts across a city. It wasn't the end of hate, but it was the start of a hope that, step by grueling step, could outlast even the deepest divides. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to follow the next stories.